Welcome into the Lakers Report by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Senior. The 2022 NBA Draft has concluded, and Los Angeles has made some really intriguing UDFA signings for some players who did not get selected in the first 58 picks. We're going to take a look at some of those players and talk about what they could bring to the table throughout NBA Summer League and maybe for this Lakers roster moving forward. But before we do that, I want to give a shout out to tonight's presenting sponsor, Aura, for making this show possible. The all-in-one digital safety tool that can keep you and your family safe. Start your free trial today, 14-day free trial, by going to aura.com/chatsports. That link available for you in the comment section and the description of this video. So myself and Harrison Graham, we've been live for 7 consecutive hours, and now we get to talk some Lakers basketball. And basically, if you are the son of an NBA legend, you're going to have an opportunity to crack the Los Angeles Lakers roster. So they have signed Scotty Pippen Jr. to a 2-way deal. What's interesting is that he's Scotty Pippen Jr., but his first name is spelled differently than his father, the Hall of Famer who won multiple championships playing alongside Michael Jordan with the Chicago Bulls and is one of the best all-around players ever. As for Scotty Pippen Jr., his son, really solid player. Last year with Vanderbilt, 20 points per game, 3.5 rebounds. Has to work on his three-point shot. He's 20 years old, okay size at 6'1.5", 180 pounds. What the Lakers are doing here is just giving him an opportunity to make this roster. He's small. He makes way too many turnovers. He's not a great shooter. The first thing isn't really all that fixable with him just making bad decisions. That's been the track record with him for a long time. I do think that maybe he can work on the three-point stroke. If he can turn the corner, there are some things to be excited about with Scottie Pippen Jr. He's a little bit small, but he can heat up. In terms of his on-ball defense, nearly 4 steals per 100 possessions in SEC games. So he's really feisty on that end. I imagine he got that from his pops. He gets downhill to the basket with a lot of ease. And with his decision-making at the point, it does need to improve, but he does draw a lot of fouls, and he's able to get to the free throw line. 16-plus free throw attempts per 100 possessions in conference play. So he's not really an outright shooter, but the shot, it's not all that broken. I do think that you can work on it over time if the mechanics are okay with some of these prospects, and for him, I do see his shot improving just a bit. The 10-day deal is really the future of Scottie Pippen Jr. potentially, so we'll see if he'll be able to outlast that over time, but certainly intriguing given the name for him to sign as a UDFA and this 2-way deal with the Los Angeles Lakers. So that's one of the UDFA pickups. Grade them as a whole, A, B, C, D, or F, and if you're not sure what the pickups are, stay tuned to submit your votes until the end of the video. How about Shaquille O'Neal's son? So we go from Scottie Pippen's son to Shareef O'Neal, the son of Shaquille O'Neal. So coming out of high school, highly touted prospect. Then he had to undergo, I believe, this heart surgery. And because of that, he originally committed to LSU to play for Shaquille O'Neal's alma mater. Isn't getting a lot of run there. Didn't work out for him. Then he goes to UCLA, and he didn't really play all that much at all. This guy is really good length. Pretty solid athleticism at 6'10", 220. He's really wiry. He is not the player of his father, nor do I expect him to have a long NBA career like his dad. Maybe he goes overseas. He's able to work on his game and fine-tune some things a little bit. But this past year, limited playing time, 3 points per game, 2+ rebounds, a half block per night. Given that size and given that length, that's what he can bring to the table. Now, for him, it's going to be a summer league deal only. So he's going to have an opportunity this summer league to kind of prove what he can bring to the table, almost like what Austin Reeves did last year with the Lakers. He goes to the summer league, he balls out, and they're like, you know what? We're going to sign you to a 2-way contract, then we're going to make you a part of our NBA rotation. I don't think that Shareef O'Neal is going to be able to be that type of impact player in his NBA career, nor is he as good as Austin Reeves. But, of course, this is a notable signing considering the pedigree of the prospect coming out of high school when he was highly touted, and then some of the tricky aspects that he's run into over the last couple of years. As I said off the top, today's show presented to you by Aura, but stay tuned because we have another UDFA who I'm really, really excited about. As for Aura, Think about it, right? We do more online now than ever, and Or does everything and more to keep you and your family safe. Get your free 14-day trial underway right now by using that link at the bottom of your screen. All-in-one digital safety tool. We're talking financial fraud protection, identity theft protection, online and device security, and these Aura plans can protect you and up to 5 of your family members. So sign up today. I'm going to put that link in the comment section and the description of this video. Last UDFA to get to, and this is official. This is a two-way deal. It's Cole Swidler, who last year played for Syracuse. He is a Villanova transfer and is a very good three-point shooter with some good size at 6'9", 220, and could play really, really good defense. I want to see him and Austin Reeves play each other one-on-one. You look at Swidler's collegiate stats. To start his college career, the first couple of years, he wasn't getting a lot of run at all, but you have to consider Villanova, they had some loaded teams. He plays for Jim Boeheim with Syracuse this past year. Plays 33 games, got 34.5 minutes per night. He was able to knock down 44% of his shots, 41% from three. So he's able to tap into that potential that made him that desirable recruit that signed on with Villanova, who over time, they become, the Wildcats have a blue blood franchise. Swidler is a pretty good rebounder, 7 rebounds per game, half block per night, a steal per game as well, and 14 points per game as well, as evidenced by the numbers to my right. Among these 3 guys, which one kind of has the most realistic shot at maybe cracking an NBA roster? I'm not saying with the Lakers. I'm just saying NBA roster as a whole. It might be him. Now, Scotty Pippen Jr., he's got some work to do. There's no question about that. Him not being a good shooter and him being reckless with the basketball certainly concerns, but the name value of some of these guys and then the play of Swidler, certainly intriguing. Best Lakers UDFA pickup so far, because there are going to be more that come across the wire, and when that happens, we certainly have you covered, which is why you subscribe to the Lakers Report by Chat Sports. Less than 500 people away from 47,000 subscribers, and once we get to 48,000 subs, we got a surprise cooked up for you. I was sent some awesome Lakers gear that I'm going to rock on the show. Look, hit that sub button. When the Lakers drafted Max Christie, we had a video for you as soon as possible. When they traded up to number 35, we had you covered, and we're going to continue to have you covered with the best Lakers coverage all throughout the offseason. And like I said a little bit earlier, and what I've been hitting on, NBA free agency starting a week from today. So the Lakers, a lot of pivotal moves that they have to make throughout this offseason. We are going to cover this basketball team all along the way. And we've basically been pushing out videos every single day. So make sure you hit that red sub button and join the Laker Nation family here at Chat Sports. Maybe by the end of the night, by the time I wake up tomorrow, we can get to 47,000 subs. So enter that link down below at the bottom of your screen. It's youtube.com/LakersTV. A couple of really good UDFAs here. More UDFA signings are also going to happen. When all of that information comes across the wire, we will relay that information to you right here on the Lakers Report, your one-stop shop for all things Lakers all year round, whether it be during the regular season or during the playoffs. And I can't wait to see what Scotty Pippen Jr. and Shareef O'Neal and even Cole Swidler can do for this team. NBA Summer League, too, coming up around the corner. We will cover that as well. My goodness, we just do it all. Bye.